so it's not possible.
How about
and our school is a comprehensive school, so we offer basic education, only for basic education, and so our students are age 7 to 15, 16. So in Finland, children start school quite late, so at the age of 7. So we have this we call it preschool system, so it's 1 year before this real school. So children are 6 years old, then they go to preschool first. But it's a very good system, so they usually learn how to read and write in preschool already when they start here. So, but of course there are many students who don't, or children who don't know how to read and write, and we start of course teaching them. But then there are so many. So
yesterday we went to Paul Joyce Tapiola High School. Paul Joyce Tapiola High School. Yesterday we went to there.
Oh yes, and it's high school. It's high school. Yes. So yes, then it's different. For instance, our students when they finish our school when they are in the 9th grade. So we have grades 1 to 9. Then they go to or you can call it high school, upper secondary school. We usually call it. So then they can choose. So they can choose upper secondary or high schools in Helsinki, in Espoo. They are free to choose, but this is basic education. So then it's always so that the city, so where they live. So we have it's compulsory how to provide basic education for all our children who live in this city. And of course our school is a state-run school, but the only difference is that our instruction language is English. Otherwise, of course, so in Finnish schools, so language of instruction is English.
Can you see the presentation?
Yes, maybe, and then of course we can then really talk, and if you have any questions. So that's a picture of our school, and so in this corner you see in front. So we have public library in this school. So in that sense, this is a very nice place where to work. So and of course our students and teachers, they use the public library quite often.
여기가 프라이머리 스쿨이라서 어제 우리가 갔던 하이스쿨과 다시 말하면 세컨더리 스쿨하고는 좀 차이가 있고, 여기가 이제 초등학교나 우리가 생각하는 그 프라이머리 스쿨에 대한 전반적인 이해를 돕기 위해서 아마 조금 더 좋은 표본이 되지는 않을까 이런 생각이 좀 들기를 하네요.
So here's using basic education values, and these values are the same in all state schools, in all basic schools offer basic education. So if you want to ask about that, but maybe we can continue. About our school, so I'm the principal, and then we have an assistant principal. We work together, but we also have the school leading team, and so we call this system, we call it shared leadership. So we have in our leading team, we have 3 teacher members.
Yes.
So and then I'm principal and I'm assistant principal, Sanna Manner. And this is the system in all basic schools in the city of Vantaa. And I find this system very, very good. And actually, I can say maybe something more about our organization. And then we really have this leading team, but then we also have smaller teams, and it means that in elementary, for instance, 1st and 2nd grade teachers, classroom teachers, they form one team, 3rd, 4th grade teachers, one team, 5th, 6th, and then in junior high school, so like language teachers from one group, and then science teachers one group, etc. So and they have their own meetings also once a week, as we have our leading team, and so they make plans together. They talk about curriculum, and so and that is very good, that this cooperation between teachers, and not only elementary together and then junior high teachers, also sometimes junior high teachers meet elementary teachers, and then of course when we have events we have to plan or some more this kind of mutual sort of things, right? And here you see that our school really offer 9-year basic education, and our students, about half of our students are children whose mother tongue is English or some other language, but then also we have very many Finnish children whose home language is Finnish, but they have been abroad. For instance, the parents have been abroad for business, and then the children have went to the international schools, and they have studied in English, and then they come back to Finland. So then they want to continue their studies through the medium English, and that is why we have an entrance exam, and it's an entrance exam is an English language test. So and then all those children who pass the test, so then we can admit them. And of course it's very important because only Finnish language is a subject. We use Finnish, but all the other subjects we teach in English.
Entrance test, which skill do you check?
Pardon?
Entrance test. You said entrance test.
Yes.
Which skill do you test? Do you check?
English skills. Only English skills. Only English skills. Yes, we don't test math skills, for instance, or anything else. Just English skills. That's the only thing we test.
What about the listening, speaking, writing, reading, all of things?
Yes, all of these. Yes, part of that test is listening comprehension, reading comprehension, and writing. And then an interview is a very important part of the test.
Interview means speaking.
Yes, speaking, and that of course it's important that we know that the student understands what the teacher says, and vice versa. So this kind of test it is, but only English skills.
So how long they must have been in overseas?
No, we don't have any regulations. So this test it tells us their competence of English, the test. So it is possible that sometimes a child have been abroad in English-speaking country only for 1 year, because the children learn very quickly. And so, for instance, our coming first graders, so I know that there are children who have been abroad only for a while.
Has the citizenship of Finland can apply for this?
Yes, that's right. Yes, wow. yes, that's right. Yes, true. Yeah, and then because we have in this same building, we have a kindergarten, and they have this preschool class. So and they teach children in the kindergarten also in English. So most of our coming first graders, they come from our kindergarten, and so from the same building.
When they come into this school, they are able to speak English?
Yes, because we have this entrance exam also for the coming first graders. We already had that. Actually, it was in January this winter, and there were 53 small kids applying to our school, and then 32 of those applicants so passed the test. So and all those students or children, they had a very good competence in English.
Are there many competitors to join this school? To apply, I mean?
Yes, we have children who apply to our school every now and then, even during the academic year. So, for instance, if the family whose mother tongue is English, so they move to Finland, so they usually, of course, they want to apply to our school because the children, they don't know any Finnish. So we have during the academic year, they are students coming, and then we have separate tests for them. But then in summer, in August, before the school year starts, then we have an entrance exam, and then you can apply for grades 1 to 9, because there are so many families who move to Finland during the summer, but they all have to pass.
Actually, is it harder to apply or to come here?
Pardon?
Is it harder to come here, to enter here?
Actually, we have had enough places, so all students who have passed the test, they have got a placement at our school. And of course, many students' home language is English, but even though their home language is English, so we still test them.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I see.
And about our school, so ISV means International School of Vantaa. And as you see, instructions usually provided by class teachers in the 1st to 6th grade, and then in junior high, so there we have subject teachers. So in elementary, so the students can stay in the same classroom, so the most part of the day, and because the teachers teach many subjects, but then in junior high school, so students have to move from classroom to another because the subject teachers have their own classrooms. But as you see, so numerous class teachers are also subject teachers in junior high. For instance, our class teacher who teaches this year, he's a 5th grade teacher, he teaches art for junior high school students, and we have a kind of we call it elective subject, so they can, in junior high, students can choose art as an elective subject, and this teacher teaches them. And in the same way, for instance, technical work is a subject, compulsory subject and textile work in the 7th grade in junior high. So our elementary teachers who are specialized in the art subject, they teach also in junior high school. So I would call our school is a comprehensive school because we have elementary and junior high school in the same building. And about our curriculum then, so as I told you, our school is a state school, and that's why we follow the national core curriculum for basic education, and it's published by the National Board of Education. And then we have our city curriculum, and then also the city language program. So we can't choose what languages we want to teach, so we have to follow the city program. But then yes, and of course I can add that then we have our own school curriculum, and it's based on all these 3 documents. And then of course, because our state school, we have to follow the Basic Education Act, and then also general national objectives and distributed lesson hours. So our school, we can't decide, for instance, how many hours our students study, for instance, history. So this is something, or this has been decided elsewhere. And then a few words about student welfare, and this is something I find really, really important. So in our school we call it a student support services group. So regular members I'm the chair of that group, then we have assistant principal and 2 special education teachers, school psychologist, school social worker.